Today, I'm going to talk you through everything related to vertical extraction, starting with stillaging, and I'll show you each of the steps involved. So let's take a closer look at vertical stillaging. Remember, it's likely that the beer has been bounced around on a wagon before being delivered and then dropped into the cellar. The key processes now are to let it cool and settle down. If the beer has been stored somewhere other than where it will be dispensed for more than 24 hours, we recommend giving the cask a gentle roll to redistribute the contents before moving to your chocks. Chocks are triangular wooden wedges on which the cask rests to secure and prevent it from moving around. Position the cask where it is going to stay. Using chocks to tilt the cask, position the keystone at the high side so the sediment settles away from the extraction point. The reason we do this is because the pocket of carbon dioxide in the cask then sits directly under the keystone where you'll tap and vent the beer, meaning you won't tap directly into the beer and lose any during the process. If the beer has entered the cellar straight from the wagon, it takes 1 hour per gallon to cool to cellar temperature, more if warm on entry. For our beers, we recommend you let them settle and cool for at least 5 hours, ideally a bit more, but no more than 24 hours. If you open the cask before 5 hours, you will lose too much of the carbon dioxide, which needs to absorb back into the beer to give it that lively carbonation. When the beer is settled and cooled, it is ready to be tapped and vented. Remember to clean the keystone with warm water to remove any dirt and dry it before you insert the tap. The tap must also be clean, so not to contaminate the beer. We essentially tap and vent the beer at the same time by driving the tap into the keystone. Remember not to touch the nozzle of the tap, as it will be inside the cask in contact with the beer, and tap with a flat hand as not to catch your fingers. Make sure to drive the tap in with the valve facing inwards so it can't get caught or damaged on the edge of the cask. In this part, we use the valve on the tap to vent the beer. After driving the tap, we vent using the valve on the side and leave it open for 48 hours. You may have heard the fizz as the tap went in. Now we slowly open the venting valve to release the pressure of the initial carbon dioxide. Please double check the valve is fully open so that the beer can vent properly. After a minimum of 48 hours, close the vent. Venting allows the excess carbon dioxide out. This process removes the pressure in the cask, allowing the yeast the space to continue its secondary fermentation and conditioning the beer so it is ready to serve. After 6 hours, open the valve to check if there's still a hiss of carbon dioxide, which would mean the beer is still conditioning. Remember, every cask is born different, so continue this process every 6 hours or check intermittently at the end of a session or the next morning until there is no hiss of carbon dioxide being released. This means the beer is conditioned. Once conditioned, close the valve. The beer can be left sealed for up to 10 days before it needs to go on sale. We call this the 10-day rule. And you must remember the beer must always be sold within its best before date. The beer is now ready to be connected and go on sale. Next, we remove the blanking cap or temporary seal where the extraction kit will be inserted and insert the extraction rod or flexible extractor. Again, make sure the equipment is clean and remember not to touch the rod itself as it comes into contact with the beer. With the extraction rod, ensure you position the end of the rod just above where you expect the sediment to settle, which should be about 2 to 3 centimeters from the bottom, roughly a thumb's width. The rod is then held in position by tightening the nut. First, we need a quick test of the beer at the cask to ensure the clarity, aroma and taste are perfect for our customers to enjoy, and of course the temperature, which if your cellar is at the right temperature will be fine. This is called a cap test. Now that our beer has been fully conditioned and held until you're happy with it, we're ready to get it on sale. Check the line is clean and connected. If you haven't already got one, we suggest adding a hop filter to ensure no solid particles can enter the line, which can cause bacteria to grow. For those using vertical extraction, these are vital steps you must follow when the beer goes on sale. With a vertical cask, we must open the valve while the beer is on sale. If you don't open the valve, you are creating a vacuum and the beer won't come out at the hand pull. Again, at the end of day one, or when the cask is 2/3 full, we must remove our chocks and position them on the opposite side of the cask to maximise the extraction of all the conditioned beer. With a vertical cask, you must open the valve while the beer is on sale and close it when it's off sale. Now your customer can enjoy a perfect pint of Timothy Taylor's beer.